Good morning, good morning. I am back in Saigon. I got back pretty late last night, like around midnight, and I didn't sleep that well, so today I'm feeling a little groggy, I'm not gonna lie. But it's currently like 7:30 and I want to get started on my day. I already took my little guy for a walk, but let's go get him. Yeah, because I came back in the middle of the night, this little guy got up at like 5:30 this morning and was scratching on my door because he was excited that I was home. It's okay. And he's so funny when he's bald. But yeah, then I'm gonna head to the store. Not the bluest day, not the worst day ever, but I'm glad to be home. I just put on some shorts so that I don't look like a full bum, but yeah, let's head to the store.
Bye-bye, little guy. Bye-bye.
I set a new record. I think I did it in like 10 minutes.
Here's the cart, enough for the next week. All packed.
Okay, let's go home and make some lunch.
He is so clingy today. Yes, you are. Yes, you're so clingy today. He looks like a little rat. It's so cute.
Hello, we are back in my kitchen. I'm gonna marinate these meats, but look at my little new addition for the fridge. This was my favorite piece at the last exhibit that I went to, and it just so happened that they were giving it out with every ticket purchase. And so yeah, I have my favorite piece up on the fridge now. I need to wash my hands and then deal with this meats.
Look at how demure she looks, though. So cute.
I've got some fish sauce chicken wings. I'm making this for dinner, so it's gonna go in the fridge, not the freezer. I'm also making some char siu for lunch tomorrow because like with the char siu, the longer the marinade, the better. I'm also kind of out of honey, but I still have maple syrup, so I'm using a substitute. Just a sprinkle, and then tomorrow I can use it to glaze too. Get that color with no food coloring. Okay, I'm pretty much done. We got 2 Old Bay chicken and 1 pork chop. I use taco seasoning. It's actually really good. Let's make a second coffee for myself. So in Vietnam, the language is kind of built on an age hierarchy system culturally. And so instead of using pronouns like I, me, you kind of have age-specific pronouns. So in Vietnam, it's kind of like if I have a friend and they're the same age as me, I will call them a different pronoun than if they were only even just a year older or a year younger. Does that make sense? So it's pretty cute. Like I was in the elevator and there was this 4 or 5-year-old. Now I look young but old, but young but old. You know what I mean? And so a lot of time, and so it's happened before, like these kids at around 4, 5, 6 years old will kind of stare at me for a while, and then they'll ask their parents, like, what do I call her? Do I call her Tie Go? Like, it's so cute. When I moved to Singapore, everyone was still calling me Annie, right? And after COVID, when I came back, everyone was calling me Tie, because it's true. Now, like, a lot of the wait staff and stuff are younger than me, and so I essentially had an entire pronoun shift. Like, that happens. It's a little trippy. In Vietnamese, it's super easy to know when someone's mad at you because like they don't use the normal pronoun, they use mine and ta. So like if your parents are mad at you, if your girlfriend's mad at you, your boyfriend, whoever, like they'll switch, they'll be like mày lại đây, you know. Like the normal saying for a parent to say lại đây con, which is like come here child, yeah. But if they're mad at you, lại đây mày, you immediately understand the difference. You know exactly when you are in trouble. There is low-key a loophole for this, by the way. I started working very young. Like I was a teenager in meetings with 40 and 50-year-olds, you know, so if they were calling me like the age-appropriate pronoun, it would be like gong, like child. And you know, you ain't seen me as a kid in a meeting. So what you can actually do to get around that is instead of saying I, like gong, like I think this, you can actually just put your name into it. So it kind of becomes Cindy thinks this, Cindy would like this, Cindy's opinion is this. And I know it sounds weird when translated, but it does kind of like override the pronoun thing a little bit. But also like the way that you know you are in trouble with pronouns in Vietnamese, that's also kind of how you know when you've gained somebody's respect. Because I am younger age-wise, the default is my age. But like after conversations, after knowing me and things like that, I'll get bumped up a couple tiers, you know, when it comes to the pronouns. That's when you know as well. It's like a mutual respect type of thing. Back in my little spot. But yeah, I do think that the one thing people don't really get about entertainment is if you are in the position where you are the visible, public facing, like representation of a brand, the head of the brand is going to want to talk to you. They're going to want to meet you. They're going to want to kind of, get to know you a little bit before anything, actually. And the bigger the brand, the more international a brand, the more executives are going to be up in your face. When I think back on those times, I do kind of have to laugh. Like, you couldn't really tell me anything back then. When I knew someone was treating me weirdly because of an age thing, this only happened a couple times, okay? But I would show up in my school uniform, like polo shirt, plaid skirt, and all. Like what? But yeah, like if you if you get checked by a teenager, like trust me, you'll remember it like years later. The thing with entertainment too is like you're not just working with one group of people, you're working with different people all the time. And so because I think that I started working so young, I don't really rate things on a hierarchy basis. It's kind of more so in two camps. It's either competent or not competent, because quite honestly, I've seen both. When people first meet me, they think that I'm like anti-system, when in actuality, I move through ecosystems. I'm actually highly coachable. That's how I've even gotten this far. You kind of need to have that in entertainment. If you're not my coach though, then why are you telling me what to do? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And if you really think about it, can you imagine a teenager just running around the entertainment industry and just doing everything people told her to do? Come on, that's not the vibes either. It's kind of funny though. You know how they say rappers want to be athletes and athletes want to be rappers? So I kind of think the same thing for business and show business people. Like, because at some of these like executive events and like conferences or whatever, they will naturally gravitate to like the most visible person every time. Like, it's kind of fascinating. And then when you go to like entertainment backstage, right? Suddenly one business person walks in backstage and then everyone gravitates toward them. I don't get it. Like, why don't y'all just both stand in your lane? 17-year-old Cindy, I'm kind of scared of her. But at the same time, I do bring her out once in a while, just only when necessary. Only when necessary. And whenever I say that, people think that, oh, like I was super loud, but like that's not it. I was quiet. That was the problem. I was quiet, and when I got mad, I would talk real low and real slow. So, I'm way more chill now. If you guys thought I was direct now, you should have seen me before. But yeah, I'm gonna eat some lunch, change, shoot some content, and then go meet my friend Yaya for drinks in the neighborhood. And I also have to catch up with Rose as well, and yeah, do a bunch of other little random things. But I'll end the video here because I feel like I've yapped enough already. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you next time.